Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 35, and this one's called The Parent-Teacher Conference. Yep, 35th episode of the Boruto Naruto Next Generation series. This is kind of a bit of a prelude to the graduation exam arc. That's simply what this episode is. Basically, there's like a couple people, a few people from the previous generation, who do show up in this episode. One, of course, is Hinata. Not surprising. Hiwami makes an appearance. Iruka. First time I've seen this guy since the start of the Hidden Mist arc. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen him. But it's always great to see him. And of course, Anko shows up in this episode, which is great. But the biggest surprise, there's two really big ones, basically. I was so shocked to see these two. First one was the main villain of part 1 of the manga. Orochimaru makes an appearance. Yep, he appears for a couple scenes. And apparently he's been researching Danzo's data, which I'm like, okay, makes sense. Orochimaru's a scientist, so why not him go through the research? Not a bad idea. And of course, Boruto is being followed around by a reporter, which something this I heard about through the synopsis for this episode. As for his reporters, I'll reveal it toward the end. It's kind of a big shocker of who he really is. So he follows him around, interviews pretty much almost all the characters in the whole entire series, like all the current generation characters. Yeah, pretty much every single one. Like Sarah basically talking about she wants to be strong, she wants to be the next Hokage. Pretty much everybody was not really surprised. Like Metal Lee wants to be as strong as his dad, Rock Lee. Even though Rock Lee himself has only made, one appearance the entire series? Yeah, one appearance. And Mitsuke does do some stuff in here. He doesn't get an interview, surprisingly. Yeah, everybody except Mitsuke gets interviewed. Boruto gets a chance to get interviewed a little bit. But it's interesting how Boruto got a chance to have the entire class get interviewed, which actually, that was not a bad idea to do. Especially since, why not? You have prospects for all these people. Hinata talks basically of how when she was younger, yeah, everybody had to be a shinobi, basically, because there was a high demand for it. At this point in time, there is not really big high demand for shinobi. People can still become shinobi if they want to. Like there's one, basically one person is not going to become shinobi. He basically returned to his family's temple. Okay, fine. And it's implied looking at him, he might be a member of Kiba's clan. Kiba does make a cameo appearance in this episode. Yeah, Kiba, surprisingly. So apparently, Kiba basically has become an actor. I am not kidding. Kiba has become an actor. And also, one of the characters, it's implied that this girl wears like a armor net thing, green. I think she might be Kiba's daughter because she has the canine fangs. But here's something unusual. Basically, when it comes to Kiba's clan, almost all of them not only have the canine fangs, but they also have some kind of face paint to go along with it. That's generally how they look, and they're usually kind of bulky. Even the women are kind of bulky as well. I've seen a picture of it, where they kind of like somewhat muscular in a way, but that's generally how that Kiba's clan is basically depicted in the show. And she's not very muscular per se, but she's a 12-year-old girl, so I'll give her a pass on that. But generally put, Kiba, when he was around her age, he was kind of bulky. But my guess is since she's 12 years old, I let it pass. Yeah. There's also one point when her friend, who has like this kind of like big long hair, I don't know if that's Mary or not. I don't know, because these two characters don't get much development in the course of the series. These two characters are friends of Sasumori, the class rep, which he gets referenced a few times in the series. And she, of course, is still a fun character. I really enjoy her in the series. She gets to talk a little bit in one of the interviews. And these two are basically her closest friends, along with Sadara and Chocho. Yeah, these other two girls, don't know much about them, except just one basically implied part of Kiba's clan. And of course, Sadara talks to the one with the poofy hair. Basically, I think her name is Nambe, where apparently she wants to go to middle school, even though that her friend really wanted to become a ninja along with her. And eventually Sadara talks to her after Boruto gives her a pep talk because she wants to go Hokage. Why not stick your neck out for people? Fine. So she talks to her, and somehow she convinces her, yeah, become a ninja. Great. Fine. Yeah, and Boruto didn't really decide exactly what he wanted to do. And Mitsuke, later on in the episode, pointed out that he has influenced a lot of people. Basically influenced Dekai, Iwambi, and Sasumori, the class rep. And Boruto's like, yeah, he kind of believes that. Which, some people say, you could say that Boruto's kind of like his dad. His dad kind of did the same thing, too. In the original series. Yep. But, let's see, what else? Don't worry, I'm going to review who the reporter is in a minute, but I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Yeah. Of course, Naruto and Shikamaru did make a cameo. There's a reference in here that Tamari did get a chance to talk to Shino, but no appearance by her at all. Yeah, this is the second time. This is like the third time she's referenced, and no physical appearance by Tamari. I don't know. Maybe the animator just don't want to put her in an episode, except for that one episode she's actually physically appeared in. It's kind of the same thing with Rock Lee. He makes there's a reference to Rock Lee in this episode, but no physical appearance of him, which is odd, to say the least. Choji, he makes an appearance. He doesn't really talk. He tries to offer Shino chips. Ino makes an appearance. Not surprising. Parent-teacher conference. Seems like a lot of the time these kids' mothers tend to go to these parent-teacher conferences. Though in the case of Chocho, it's her dad that goes with her because a little odd, but okay. Oh yeah, there's reference to Neji. Now Neji, there's a good reason why he doesn't make appearances in the series. Neji's dead. He got killed in the 4th grade ninja war, so him makes sense. But as for everybody else, there really is no reason why they couldn't make a physical appearance in this episode. Like I said, Rock Lee, Tamari, yeah, these two. Sai, surprisingly, does not make a physical appearance because the last time he was seen, he made an appearance with Ino. Generally, half the time whenever Ino appears in the series, or at least half the time when Ino appears, Sai generally appears in the same episode. But this is actually, I think, the first time in a little while whenever Ino shows up in this series where Sai does not make a physical appearance at all. Yeah. So, there's that. What else? Oh, now let's talk about who the reporter is. At the end of the episode, the reporter is revealed to be, and this is a big spoiler, Kakashi. Yep, Kakashi. Which the only reason why I think he threw him in here, because he's going to be in the next episode. Which makes perfect sense. And it's something, though, that he had his disguise was simply put a wig, some painted like sticker stuff to go over his eyes to make him think he's part of Kiba's clan. And his face is pretty much exposed. It looks like, I heard that he had a mole on his face. I think he got, from what I could tell, because I didn't see the mole, I think he must have had it removed during the time skip, because there was an image I saw, basically, where the reason why he wears a mask is because he has a mole on his face. So, my personal theory is that he must have had it removed after he, probably when he went, either during the time he became Hokage, or after he became Hokage, when he had it removed, because clearly it was not on his face, but it was a shocker to see Kakashi, like the whitish blue hair, like, okay, who's this guy? And he puts a mask on, see the scar, it's Kakashi. Yep, Kakashi. Yep. I know that's exactly a big spoiler, but I think for some people it's not a big surprise because he's going to appear in the next episode, but for me anyways, I knew he was going to appear in the next episode, but I did not expect to appear in this episode. So there was that. Good episode. Good setup for next week's episode. We'll talk about that Shino and Anko are going to become proctors. Anko, this is the first time she's been a proctor for anything since the shooting exam from Naruto Part 1. Yep. And looks like from the previews, she is wearing her proctor attire again. First time since the Fourth Grade Ninja War, and she's going to shoot snakes out of her arms again. Yep, those 3 snake things she loves shooting out of her arms. Yeah, I think this is actually the first time I can think of she's actually done this on screen. I don't think she did this during the Fourth Grade Ninja. I do remember her doing this during the Chunin exams when she fought Orochimaru, and during a filler arc she used this thing as well. But it's interesting, though, she's going to use this thing again, because, well, the students are going to fight her, which is going to be interesting. But, I'm curious, though, can she still fit into that, can she still fit into her, attire that she wore throughout the original Naruto series? Who knows? Who knows, indeed. But, yeah. Good episode. Nice good breeze. This one, like, give people a breather in a way, before we get to the graduation exam. So, yeah, next week's episode is called Exam Begins. Yep. And and looks like from the previous preview I saw, where it looks like that Sadara is going to team up with Sasumori, and Boruto is going to team with Mitsuke. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. So it looks like they're doing, like, from what I've heard, this one's going to be practicing the whole 3-man team thing, but that's what I heard from the description. But it looks like they're practicing, like, 2-man teams for now, until they get the 3-man teams. But I know for a fact that for teams-wise, the only teams that kind of have been confirmed, people are going to be on, like, for cells anyways, is going to be, Boruto's team is going to be basically consisted of, and this is of course confirmed in the movie, is consisted of himself, Mitsuke, Sadara, and their cell leader is Konohamaru. From what I can tell, Shikadai, Inojin, and Chocho, they're going to be a team. As for who their sensei is going to be, that has not been revealed, but those 3 are a team. That's what I've heard. As for the rest of the characters, I know Sasumori is not going to be on the team because she's going to be joining a tech firm. Yeah, it was revealed that actually in the most recent chapter that came out, yep, she joined a tech firm. And yes, Sasumori is officially a canon character. Which kind of begs the question, what about the other 2 characters who are anime-only characters like Dekai and Wambi? Could they make these 2 characters canon? Because these 2 characters are actually pretty interesting. Dekai, I can kind of see him be basically the closest thing Boruto has to a best friend because, well, he hangs out with Boruto a lot. Yeah. Iwambi basically could be good as a bodyguard, but who knows. But who knows what the other teams are going to be in the future. But at least 2 teams I can think of have been confirmed because I highly doubt they're going to put Inojin, Shikadai, and Chocho on separate teams because, well, it's generation they have to be on the same team because it's been part of their families for years. So I think those 3 are going to be confirmed as a team. Who their sensei is going to be. It could be Konohamaru's friend who's a woman who's got the red hair. I don't remember her name. I know it's not Mary, his cousin. I think it's the one who's part of his entourage when he was younger. Yeah, I think that she's probably could become that famous family combination. She could become their sensei, but who knows? But we'll find out in the near future, okay? So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. Oh, almost forgot. Chapter 18 for the Boruto manga, because I didn't talk about this last week because I think that manga came out after I watched the episode. I think that the newest chapters came out. Mainly put, it just basically, that's when it went. But basically, it was confirmed this chapter that Sasumori is now a canon character, and that's when they confirmed that she worked for a tech firm now. Basically, the mission was to take the ninja device that Naruto had to this tech firm, and simply put, their mission was to test out the devices. But then they found out, then Naruto, getting worried about Konohamaru, suspended the mission, and they had to go rescue their sensei. One thing I hope that will happen next episode, the next chapter, is that, okay, this is probably a good time to test out get a field test of all the equipment. Have Sasumori go with him to basically take notes of all this stuff. That's a good idea. Also, the woman who's head of the lab, she's from Kiba's clan. Yep, she's from Kiba's clan. Original character, and I know she's from Kiba's clan because she sells the canine stuff and the whole make war paint thing that's basically commonly part of her clan. Alright, So that's definitely it for this episode. Stay tuned next week for Graduation Begins. Graduation exam begins. And, yep. See you on the next video. Bye.